Welcome everyone. So next we move on to another topic from module 3 in the subject municipal solid waste management. So module 3 mainly deals with the collection of municipal solid waste management, and we have already seen what is meant by the collection of solid waste, the various collection services, the collection systems and collection routes. Today's class we will be discussing what is the need for transfer operation. Before that we have to know what is a transfer station. So what do you understand by a transfer station? We know that in most of the cases, the site of disposal of the solid waste or the treatment of solid waste is usually located on the outskirts of a city or a town. It will be quite far away from the collection point. So there is a need for a transfer station. So a transfer station is an intermediate station between the final disposal option and the collection point, so as to increase the efficiency of the system. And it is also justifiable to have a transfer station whenever the collection vehicles transfer the loads to larger vehicles which will haul the waste to long distances. Moreover, these transfer stations also will serve or it will act as a pre-processing point. That is, before the waste is being dumped at the disposal site or the treatment site, at the transfer station, what happens is there will be pre-processing of the waste. That is, like say dewatering of the waste or compressing the waste, and also in some cases, a centralized sorting and recovery of the recyclable materials are also carried out at the transfer stations. And the unit cost of the hauling solid waste from a collection area to a transfer station and then finally to the disposal site decreases whenever we have a transfer station, because the size of the collection vehicle increases. And most of the collection vehicles are usually say they can actually transport the waste only for a short distance or say a few kilometers at most. But there, on the other hand, some vehicles will be too large to collect the waste from a crowded area, especially urban areas, and it may be too expensive also. So unless the disposal site is less than around say 3 kilometers from the center, the waste will have to be taken off the primary collection vehicle, and then it has to be loaded into a secondary collection vehicle. And this process is what is done at the transfer station. So firstly, the primary collection vehicle will collect the waste from the point of collection, and it will take it to a transfer station where it will be unloaded, and from that place sometimes there may be a processing of the waste. After that, it will again be loaded into a secondary collection vehicle which will be transferred, which will again take the waste from that point, that is from the transfer station, to the final disposal site. And like I told you, waste can be sorted at a transfer station for a short time period, and like also the recyclable material may be extracted from the waste. Usually the waste will be, the municipal solid waste will be mixed in nature. So in that case, we can remove or extract the recyclable material from the waste, which can be done at the transfer stations. These transfer stations also should be located conveniently, very close to all the communities they serve, and it should also not be too close to people, so say residential area or factories or schools, etc., so that it will not cause any nuisance. And coming to the definition of transfer station, so like I told you, it is a building or it can be a processing site for the temporary deposition of the waste, and these are to be located conveniently close to all the communities they serve. Now, what are the advantages of transfer stations? So, firstly, they will reduce the overall traffic level. So, this is one advantage, that is, the overall traffic levels is considerably reduced whenever there is a transfer station provided. And then the transfer stations will prevent the illegal dumping of the waste at the sides of the roads. So, we have seen several times the waste being dumped here and there on the public roads. So, such acts can be prevented if proper transfer stations are provided. And also in areas where the population is very less, it is cheaper to have a transfer station because it will incorporate short term storage of the waste, and also the waste can be consolidated into fewer vehicles, by which it can reduce the wear of the vehicles. And now Coming to the transfer operations and the plant layout. So when it comes to a operation of a transfer station, it actually includes various phases like the unloading of the waste, then again loading of the waste, then transporting the waste, and finally discharging the waste to the site. So after the waste is being collected from the collection point, it will be carried to the transfer station where it will be unloaded. After it is unloaded, sometimes there may be a processing of the waste or extraction of the recyclable material. So after all this is done, again the waste will be loaded to another vehicle, and then it will be transported, and finally it will be disposed of or discharged into the site where it can be treated or disposed. So this phase of unloading actually, that is unloading means the collection of the waste, and if necessary the temporary storage of the waste. So there are two basic alternatives that can be utilized for the unloading phase. That is, the collection vehicles can either unload directly into the containers or into a storage area, or sometimes even inside a pit. Coming to the various small to medium transfer stations and the stations. So when it comes to a small to medium transfer stations, these are actually direct discharge stations which will provide no intermediate waste storage area. So that is what we call as a small to medium transfer stations. And here the capacities are generally small. Normally we say for all capacities less than 100 tons per day, and that is for small transfer station. And for medium transfer station, say it is 100 to 300 tons per day. So that is what we call as a small to medium transfer stations. And these stations also include recyclable material separation and processing units. So not only unloading of the waste happens here, even the recyclable materials will be separated, and some processing of the waste also, like say for example the dewatering or compression of the waste, size reduction, etc. also can be taken, can happen in this transfer station. And the required overall station capacity, when you say station capacity, that is the number and size of the containers, will depend on the size and the population density of the area that is being served, and also the frequency of the collection. So how often the waste is collected. All these factors will be affecting the required size of the transfer station or the capacity. Now coming to the large transfer stations, so they are actually designed for heavy commercial use by say private as well as municipal collection vehicles. And when the collection vehicles arrive at the site, they will be checked for billing, it will be weighted, and then it will be directed to the appropriate dumping area. And here the collection vehicles will travel to the dumping area and empty the waste into a waiting pit, or say there will be a platform or a trailer. So that is where it will be dumped. And after unloading, the collection vehicle will leave the site, and there is no need to weigh the departing vehicle, because that is a empty weight of the vehicle will be already known, so there is no need to weigh it again. And the transfer vehicles are weighed either during or after loading. So this is what happens in the case of a large transfer station. What are the benefits of transfer stations? So overall, it reduces the community traffic of the truck by consolidating smaller loads into larger vehicles, and also it offers greater flexibility to handle the waste as well as for the disposal of the waste. And one advantage, it reduces the effect on the environment, that is reduces the various pollution, then fuel consumption and road wear by consolidating the trash into fewer vehicles. And also it will allow for screening of the waste for special handling, and it reduces the traffic at the site of at the disposal facility. And then it offers the citizens facilities for convenient drop off of the waste as well as the recyclables. So these are all the benefits of having a transfer station. So overall, we can just summarize what is a transfer station and the need for transfer station. So a transfer station is nothing but an intermediate station, usually between the point of final disposal as well as the collection point, and this is mainly provided in order to increase the efficiency of the system, and it also helps the collection vehicles and the crew to remain closer to the collection routes, and it is one of the best options, especially when the disposal site is very far away or it is located on the outskirts or very far away from the collection area, that is the area where the waste is being collected. Then it is a centralized facility, and the waste will be unloaded from smaller collection vehicles, and then it will be transferred to large vehicles from where it will be transported to the site where it will be disposed. And also in some cases the transfer station will serve as, like I told you, it will act as a point where the waste will be processed, or also the sorting out of the recyclable materials etc. are also carried out in the transfer station. Then it helps in decreasing the cost of traveling from the collection to the disposal site, because if we use very large size vehicles, what happens when the distance is too far, the cost of traveling will be more. So whenever there is a transfer station, we can collect the waste in smaller vehicles, dump it in the transfer station. We can reduce the total quantity of waste by processing and recovery of recyclable materials. So in effect, it is that the cost of the traveling can be considerably reduced. And selection of the transfer station depends mainly on various factors like the type of the waste that is being collected, the method of collection, the types of collection vehicles, and also the topography of the site and how accessible the site is. That is the point of collection. Now coming to the advantages of transfer station, the main advantage is the collection cost will be very less, then reduced fuel and maintenance cost for the collection vehicle. Then there is an opportunity to recover and recycle at the transfer station. Also the processing will be done there, so that the volume of the waste can also be reduced in some cases. And the main disadvantage of the transfer station is that if the waste is not properly handled, it will attract various flies, rodents, etc. And also it may cause odor and traffic, noise, etc. So it will be a great nuisance if it is not handled properly. Thank you.